Time is an illusion, and it's not real, although illusion already implies that. But anyway, here's how. So, since when I was in school, I always viewed the world from the lens of cause and effect, meaning one thing causes something else to happen, and that something else causes something else to happen, and the chain moves on. And I reached there from the question of like, what would I have been doing if I had missed school yesterday, and then last month, then last year, and I used to keep going. And then what would have been different in my life, and what I'm thinking and what I'm doing right now, and in everyone in the world that I am affecting, if someone didn't have glanced at me, and that wouldn't have changed my thought process, whatever I was thinking at the moment that they glanced. And what would I notice differently if that train of thought were to continue as that, or a bird in the sky? What would have happened differently? And then it made sense. I could see like how it's all nothing but a lot of chains, many chains of cause and effect. It's not one chain. It's like there's a big chain that consists of all the smaller chains that happens, which is like, for example, your life. You're watching this video. This will spark something in your head. Right now you're thinking differently because of the fact that you're watching this. That means I'm affecting you. And that will alter how you affect someone else's life. And not even someone else, but how will a bird see you differently if a bird notices you? Or so many other things, your dog, your cat. And it's just like 2-3 examples. There are so many, like infinite number of chains of cause and effect in the universe that goes on. And when you put them all together, that becomes a huge chain. And whatever event occurs in that chain because of cause and effect, because we remember the previous events that used to be there, we think, okay, this is time. And whatever change that will occur in future because of the movement of this chain, the whole fucking cause and effect thing, in future is we feel like, okay, future is a time. That's why people talk about time travel and shit. But yeah, and then it was clear to me that time is not real, and I used to think this way. Then I was not like that confident about it, because a lot of people that I really respect, many people, used to refer to time as something real, or at least like I got that impression from them. And even like a lot of physicists and astronomers and scientists and philosophers. And I was like, okay, there might be something, I might be lacking something in my understanding of reality. So, and then I got like, when I grew up, I read about, first I watched Interstellar, and then I got to know about time dilation, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck, like, it shouldn't be possible, ideally, because if it's all just cause and effect, then all changes should occur at the same time. But what the fuck is that if a spacecraft is moving through space-time, and how do I put it, an observer from outside is watching that spacecraft, he sees as if everything is slowing down inside it. Now, at first I was thinking, like before, like watching Interstellar, I was thinking, okay, that might be something like about geometry thing, about some angle and bullshit like that. So like I didn't care much, but then after Interstellar I got into it a little, and then I got to know that no, it's not about some fucking geometry or anything like that. Even if someone has a screen that and there's a camera that tracks the spacecraft as it moves, what happens inside that spacecraft as it moves through space-time. And even if an observer watches that on a screen, it's the same thing. They will observe it as like everything is slowing down, everything is very slowed inside that spacecraft. But whoever is in the spacecraft, from their perspective, everything is normal. Then I kept on that thought, and I didn't have any clarity on that. I just I thought of it as like, okay, it's probably some weird effect that happens when an object moves at the speed of light, or like closer to the speed of light. And the effect is that all the physical processes, whatever that is like traveling through space-time, slows down and shit. And that's why that's why we see it, the observer sees it as like, okay, it's slowing down or something. And at that time I didn't know about the fact that there is a causal limit of cause and effect, the minimum limit that is required, the minimum speed. Wait, I'm rambling a little. I noticed that because like it's a fresh realization. Yeah. So here's the thing. I didn't know that there's a causal limit that affects the shit that is inside the spacecraft, and how fast changes can occur inside that. Because here's the thing, if you are moving closer to that constant, which is the causal limit, then that means the outside causes, I told you, like there are many, like infinite number of chains of cause and effect chains, and that affects that affects what you think, or like how you change, how change occurs. Do you get it? Like right now, as you're watching this, the fact that you're watching this because of the lighting of this video, and my face, my hair, and the way I speak, everything is changing something in you, in what is getting triggered in your head, because of which your thought process, your train of thought is moving in a direction that is different. That will be different if it had been different. And also like the lighting of your room, or like wherever you are, all the other causes, if someone is screaming, and if there is a dog barking, you get it? Everything all the time is affecting you, the temperature, the pollution, air pollution level, and what you're doing, and all that shit. And when you are inside that spacecraft, the thing is, you are isolated from all the change that is happening outside the spacecraft, because they're happening at a very faster rate, and because you are moving through space-time closer and closer to that causal limit, at the rate at which those causes can affect inside it is limited. Does it make sense? If it makes sense, then that's why we feel like there is time, and we get the illusion, okay, time is slowing down, but actually there is no time. It's just like the physical processes inside that slows down, and because of which change slows down, and because of which we get the impression of, yeah, time is slowing down, but there is no time. The observer is right. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It was just too fucking random, and it's already 11 minutes 30 seconds. I feel like I have a lot more to add here, but if I go on to talk about it, I'll be 100% like rambling about it, because there is nothing coherent in my head about this right now. Hope you have a good day, whoever's watching, whoever watched.